Hello, welcome to the Dirty Truth. My name is Benjamin Harris, and today we're going to talk about what is a kind for the evolution debate. So this video, we're gonna explain what a kind is and why the evolution through natural selection is impossible. I'd like to give a shout out to a comedian, Reno Collier. Check out his video, Comedian Debunks Evolution. This dude's hilarious. Alright, so let's jump into it. How do animals reproduce? Alright, so what do you need to make a new animal? You need a mother and a father, so a sperm and an egg. The egg contains half the DNA, and the sperm contains the other half of the DNA to make a new animal. Alright, so to keep this scientific, I would say that this would have to be any female animal that naturally breeds with a male animal. So, female and a male dog, or a female and a male cat, or female and male moose. But what I'm not talking about is like cat to jellyfish, where science made a glowing cat because they put some DNA from a jellyfish into a cat. That's not what we're talking about. That's not natural selection, because the jellyfish isn't going to breed with a cat. Alright, so let's take the sperm and the egg and fertilize it, right? So that strip of DNA, that first set of cells, that's what we're talking about. Now you take that set of cells and you mix it up any way you want, and then you put that back into the mother. Okay. Then she delivers the baby. Now whatever that baby is, it's gonna be the same kind. So what you always see is a female dog and a male dog always make a dog. Cats always make cats, whales always make whales, and it's because the information in the DNA from which nature has to select, it doesn't contain any other information, so it can't make another kind of animal. Alright, so let's test it. Let's see if that's right. Alright, let's see if this holds true. So the prediction is, any way you mix the mother and father's DNA, it will always produce the same kind of animal. And the answer to this is yes. This theory is true because it's tested billions of times every year. Alright, every time you take a naturally breeding pair of animals, you're going to get the same kind of offspring. Farmers and ranchers, they make a living doing this. Okay, so never has a rancher bred his cows and been upset because now he's got a bunch of baby hippos running around. He's always going to have cows and calves, right? And same thing for farmers. Never has a farmer planted 1,000 acres of corn and then went out there and had a flock of sheep or a herd of buffalo, that's grown out of those seeds. It's not going to happen. So. And we don't see it happen in nature. So for example, there's between 25 and 35 million white-tailed deer just in the United States. All right, let's just use the 25 million. Let's use the little number. Let's say 2/3 of that produces offspring. So that would be roughly 16 million babies a year, and let's spread that out over 20,000 years. So that's 320 billion births. And that's if the number isn't accumulative. Alright, so if it stays the same. And you're always going to get deer. It never produces anything else. So over 50 million years of evolution, that number is 800 trillion. That's how many babies you would get from that starting number, if it's not accumulative. Cows would be a better example because we breed them to eat. So we try to change them. We try to look for the best genes in the cows. So let's say only 80% of the cows that we have in America reproduce each year. So there's 94 million head of cattle in the United States. Okay. So this number would stay roughly the same because we eat them. So this wouldn't be an accumulative number, right? So out of the 94 million cows, that'd be about 75,200,000 new births. So over 500 years, that's 37,600,000,000 new cows and bulls. It's always going to be a cow or a bull. That's all we see. And if you do that number over 50 million years, with the 94 million starting number, and only using 80%, not a cumulative, in 50 million years, you're going to get 3,760,000,000,000,000,000 new births. They're always going to be a cow or a bull. So it's never going to change. Now, evolution says that humans came from chimps. Nope. How do we prove this? All right, so humans belong to the hominoid family of the order of primates. So do gorillas and orangutan and chimpanzees. So humans, gorillas, orangutans, and chimps are all in the same family, right? But we can't inbreed, or interbreed. So humans can't. A human man couldn't get a female gorilla, orangutan, or chimpanzee pregnant. Sperm won't fertilize the egg, and vice versa. The male gorilla, orangutan, or chimpanzee sperm can't fertilize a human egg. Science tried this. They tried it in Russia. Didn't work. All right, but other animals in the same family can. For example, horses, zebras, and donkeys. Okay, so they're all in the same. They're all in the same family, and they can interbreed. Same with the large cats, like lions. Lions can mate with tigers, leopards, jaguars, pumas, and cheetahs. They're all in the same family. Now, evolution will tell you that because humans and chimps or apes have moved apart for so long, they can no longer interbreed. That doesn't make any sense, because that should hold true for the horses and the donkeys and the zebras, just as it would for the big cats and any other multiple species in the same family. None of them should be able to interbreed because there's been 50 million years of evolution, right? So it's all a bunch of baloney. It's smoke and mirrors. All right. So in conclusion, animals only reproduce sexually, meaning mother and father mate. So a sperm and an egg. This contains all the DNA information nature has to select from. Since this information has the code to make the same kind of animal, animals cannot evolve into different animals because it only has the code to make that kind of animal. Okay? The common ancestor can be true, but there are many different kinds of common ancestors, not everything being traced back to a single amoeba. So the evolutionary tree that they show is false. You can have a common ancestor, but you'd have a bunch of different kinds of common ancestors. So I'm saying that animals and plants are not related. Hope y'all have enjoyed this video. I'd like to see some good comments on this. What are your thoughts? Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.